This is Captain Soban of the fleet, Farron Shaw.
We have arrived in Sector 112 and request targeting data.
Hello everyone, hello, this is Captain Soban. Welcome aboard the Starship Enterprise for an episode of Homeworld Wars, where we are using the Homeworld Hardcore mod. Now, as you guys can tell, we are going to be testing the Bentusi. In the game, the Bentusi has 3 ions. And for those of you that don't know, since I've been looking around in the actual coding of the game, each one of those ions do, I think, 62.5 damage for every 0.1 seconds, which means it does 625 damage per second, which is about as much as a heavy cruiser. And the Bentusi has 3 of those, which means the Bentusi potentially has the DPS of almost 3 heavy cruisers. Kind of crazy. And also in the original game, the Bentusi had 300,000 health. In my mod, he has 3 million, because the mothership has 1.2, and I believe the Bentusi should have a lot more than the mothership. So, what's this all mean? Well, apparently there are man-made multiplayer missions that allows you to use the Bentusi Kadesh, or the Needle Ship, and the Tyrannic Raider Carrier, so we are going to be doing some testing with our mod to figure that out. But today, we'll be testing the Bentusi against a Tiidan Fleet of 10 assaults, 10 ions, 5 destroyers, and 2 heavy cruisers. Now, I will have a confession to make. I kind of messed up my VM while I was waiting for this to all get built, and I can't control the VM right now. But the game is still running, so we're all good right now. But what I mean is, like, if I try to get into the game, it's just a black screen. I can't control anything. Although, I might be able to. Hang on. Give me a moment. Nope. Not able to give any orders. Okay. Hopefully, if we tell the Bentusi to attack, move it up a little bit, maybe we can get everything to actually attack us.
Lockdown target.
Oop, they are engaging. Okay, but it's gonna be like one at a time, though.
Target confirmed.
This kind of sucks.
Target acquired.
But we can get it going.
Engaging.
Cool.
Attack clearance received.
Boop, boop.
Intercept course punched in. Target confirmed.
Oh, I want you to attack that one.
Lockdown target.
Oh, he must be behind it.
Target acquired.
Attack those. Attack these.
Intercept course punched in.
Attack these.
Attack clearance received. Pick your targets.
Doop, doop.
Underway.
Attack the heavy cruisers in the back.
Target
There you
confirmed.
go.
Lockdown target.
Get those.
Target acquired.
Alright, we got the attention of everything.
Engaging.
Will this fleet be enough to kill the mothership? Holy crap. Okay, those, I might need to speed those up. Those bullets coming out of the heavy cruisers are extremely slow. It's funny. Bentusi is taking a decent amount of damage, though. And every single thing is actually attacking us. That's nice. Yeah, I might have to speed up the bullets a little bit of the heavy cruisers. I didn't realize it would be that slow. I think it's like, I think I have it set to 1,500 meters per second. But that's what testing is all about, right?
Acknowledged.
Almost got a couple of the assault frigates killed. There we go.
Intercept course punched
Focus
in.
on these 3. E. Actually, I should just tell
Attack clearance received.
them to attack anything, because that's usually the rules of Homeworld Wars. Will this Tiidan Fleet be enough to wipe out the Bentusi? So far, I mean, we're taking a decent amount of damage compared to how much we've killed. What's Bentusi attacking right now? Ion, ion, Two of them are focused on an ion, and one of them is focused on one ion. This is cool though. This is so cool. I don't know why I never thought about that you could add these things into custom maps, but then again, I don't know much about Homeworld custom maps. Alright, looks like two of them are focusing on a destroyer. These bullets go so slow. It's so funny. That does give ships plenty of time to dodge the heavy cruiser attacks. Same with the destroyers. That's one of their big weaknesses. Let's see, the Tiidan hasn't lost a destroyer yet. Lost a couple of frigates. Have one ion focused on an ion frigate, and a couple focused on a destroyer. So far, we've taken some damage, but still not a threat, even though we haven't actually even focused on the heavy cruisers yet. Focusing on the main fleet. Okay. Now it looks like he's starting to focus on the destroyers. I totally forgot all of the rules to my own thing. This is so cool. This is so freaking cool. Now see if the Tiidan brought an army. I wonder if this is like how big the Tiidan fleet was before the mothership came in on mission 11 to try to rescue it. There we go. Now he seems to be focusing more on the frigates. He has not touched the heavy cruisers, surprisingly. Maybe he's saving it for last. We've lost a quarter of our health. Tiidan have, it looks like, 7 assault frigates, 6 ions, 4 destroyers, and 2 heavy cruisers. All in all, he hasn't really lost a whole lot of firepower yet. Not so much at all. Yeah, I definitely want to do testing like this against the Tyrannic Raider carrier and the Kadesh mothership. Maybe even have one where they're both teaming up against the Kushan or something. Yeah, I really want to bring Homeworld Wars back and kind of just mess around with it. Plus, it kind of forces me to do testing for my mod. So, either way, good to know. Those heavy cruiser bullets, even though they're really slow, do a lot of damage. I think they do like 175 to 200 per impact. Wish I need to make the bullet like bigger, represented being a larger shot. Okay, that frigate's dead. We got 2 beams, one focusing on this destroyer, another one focusing on that destroyer. That one was focusing on that ion, but it died, so now it's focusing on this ion. Okay. Looks like he's going after the big guys now. Also ignored the 2 computers on down there. There are 2 computers on the map, but I've destroyed their mothership and everything, and all they have left is the Bentusi, because on this map you start with a Bentusi. They're technically not eliminated, but they're not going to bother us, so... Because I wanted to do this for just my computer and the other computer, but can't really do that on this map, because it's a 4-player map. This ion's starting to flame. Nice. How are we doing? We are starting to take a decent amount of damage.
Looking good, fleet.
We've lost almost a third of our health. Getting close. Again, it still hasn't focused on the heavy cruisers. Feel like he's saving the heavy cruisers for last. We need to make those bullets bigger. I really do. Need to figure out how to do that. This is actually being a little bit closer than I was expecting. I honestly was kind of thinking this would be a wash. Alright, that destroyer is now dead. He is now focusing on an ion, another destroyer, and a assault frigate, it looks like. Yeah, I imagine this is what happened on level 11 before the Bentusi contacted us to try and help him out. There probably was a fleet that was about 3 times bigger than this attacking it. Destroyer is flaming. Destroyer is dead. Okay, now he seems to be focusing more on the frigates. He's focusing on the assault frigates, which in my mod, assault frigates have more health than the ion frigates. They just don't do as much damage because they're more of the frontline protection units. They're plasma bombs.
It looks even. Let's do it.
Okay, you're down to about 1/3. I'm so glad Homeworld had that retaliation thing. I did not want to spend another hour trying to prep for this video. I've done it twice. So cool. So the Bentusi defend itself. And I think he's gonna wipe out all the assault frigates. Yeah. I think, so far, I think the Bentusi's gonna win. He still hasn't killed the heavy cruisers, but he's wiping out the frigates pretty quickly too. And he's focusing on the last of the ions. And now another destroyer. Also do keep in mind in my mod, none of these ships repair themselves, including the Bentusi. So if Bentusi does a little bit of damage to this guy and then switch to another one, he's not going to be repaired. You're going to have that damage permanently. Now it looks like he's going to wipe out the rest of the frigates. I think the Bentusi's definitely going to win this. He's only taking 1/3 damage. Okay, that guy's dead. That one's dead. And the last of the frigates are about to be destroyed. And the Tiidan has 2 destroyers and 2 heavy cruisers left. Which he looks like he's going to be focusing on the destroyers before he fights the heavy cruisers. And twisting. Yep. Oh, he's focusing on the destroyers. Heal. He's lost 1/3 of his health. Not bad. That is a lot of firepower.
Let's make this quick and painless.
A lot of firepower coming from a legendary ship. Now in my mod, heavy cruisers have a little bit more health than the destroyers. They have 375,000 health compared to 275,000. And again, I did that to keep them within their own, the whole super capital ship thing. Because I always thought they had a little bit too much health compared to the other ones. These ones do 821 damage per DPS. The destroyers I think do 385. So they are a lot more powerful than destroyers, but they don't have a crap ton of health. This guy is flaming, he is now dead. One of them are now focusing on the heavy cruiser. So he definitely won the save the largest ones for last. This one's flaming, he's almost dead. Now his audio changed, he's about to die. And he's dead. Now he's concentrating fire. 2 of them on one heavy cruiser and a 3rd one on another heavy cruiser. I don't think 2 heavy cruisers are actually going to kill the Bentusi. Might bring them down to half by the time they're dead. Which means we would need a larger fleet in order to fix this. Yeah, never underestimate the Bentusi. I remember one time on Mission 4, I told the mothership to attack the Bentusi because I wanted to know what happened. And he's like, please stop at once or we will retaliate. And I just let him keep attacking. And he's like, it's your loss. And he turned around and killed my mothership in 10 seconds. So yeah, don't underestimate the Bentusi. They're very powerful. They're very powerful indeed. Oh, this heavy cruiser's flaming. He's getting low on health. This one I don't think is using his beams. No, he hasn't been using his beams. But still, I don't think it would have been enough damage to really really kill the mothership. Yeah, the Bentusi, if it really was using his beams, because I can't control these right now. The VM for Homeworld is kind of black screened right now, so I can't click on anything. Oh well. I really wanted to make a video on the Bentusi being in action and seeing how powerful it is. Yeah, this one's not really doing anything at all. Maybe we gotta move a little closer. We're just out of range of him? Is that the problem?
Target confirmed.
That was the problem. We were just out of range. Okay. Well, that sucks. So only one of the heavy cruisers was really doing anything. So we might be like halfway done, but still, it's not as low as I thought it would be. And he's still not fighting all the time. So next time, make this. Oh, never mind. I forget how slow his turrets are because I adjusted that. I think they fire like once every 5 seconds, but each turret does like 200 damage.
I almost feel bad about this.
Which, when your ship has 3 million health, that doesn't really matter. And it's dead. Bentusi is the winner, with just a little bit over 1/3 of its health loss from that fight. Again, that heavy cruiser really wasn't fighting, and there might have been a couple other ships that really weren't fighting because I couldn't control the other side like I normally do. But we might come back to this in the future and try it with a larger fleet and see if the Bentusi can handle that. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Please leave a like if you did. If you like what I do, consider subscribing, and I'll check you guys out in the next video. Until then, this is Captain Soban signing out.
The Baker have arrived. Emergency hyperspace procedures initiated.